Hey guys, before I start the video, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's bought a Superman head sculpt from me. I really cannot state how much I appreciate everyone's support on the past couple of videos and on my head sculpts. It means the world to me. And if you're interested in purchasing either a Tim Sale Superman head or a traditional Superman head, I still have quite a few of both available, so DM me on Instagram for details. It's February of 2021, and Mezco just revealed the most amazing looking Superman figure ever. So many head sculpts, hands, and accessories to spare. Everything, the whole shebang. The costume looked perfect and the proportions looked even better. I mean, for a company like Mezco that is very hit or miss with their proportions and their aesthetics, this looked stellar. And then over 2 years later, in March of 2023, the figure finally comes out and... what happened? The logo on his suit has this weird t-shirt-like black outline around it. The suit is made of this stretchy spandex material with fabric flaking like a cotton glove. The cape pops out of his collar like a puffy jacket, and the proportions. Oh man, the proportions, what happened? While I still think the figure that was released is awesome, even with the flaws, the accessories and the gimmicks really carry it. I would never have bought this figure in its current form if I wasn't either a customizer or if I didn't want to have all the accessories it came with, which is a shame because the promo pics really were a home run. So, in typical customizer fashion, I took it upon myself to take matters in my own hands, fix the proportions, fix the suit, and add my own flair to it. And boom! Here he is, my ideal Mezco 1/12 collective Superman figure. Gorgeous suit with amazing fabrics, beautiful logos, the body of a Greek god, and the classic Ukes figure signature of using a DC Direct head on a modern action figure. And also in traditional Ukes figures fashion, let's go back to see how I made this. This will be less of a tutorial and more of a quick rundown. The original custom of this figure was made in the summer of 2023, so I don't have a lot of videos or pictures of it in its original form. But let's begin. Okay, so this is kind of hard to explain verbally, so I'll try using the pictures and diagrams to my benefit, but I took the upper portion of the suit off by using a stitch ripper at the back of his suit. Then I heated up the body, took his upper and lower torso off, and then also his arms and lower arms apart. Then I took this Mezco Logan figure, took his arms off, and then put them on the Superman body to give him bigger, more defined shoulders and arms. Then I swapped the lower arms with that of the original Mezco Superman figure. Then I took the abdomen section off the Logan figure and put it on the Superman figure. This will require a lot of modification that is pretty complicated to explain right now, but pretty much the lower torso wasn't compatible with the upper torso of the Superman figure or the ball joint of the Superman figure. So what I did for the lower torso was create an adapter to connect the torso of the Logan figure and the waist of the Superman figure. Okay, this step is going to sound crazy and weird, but stick with me. I took a Marvel Legends head sculpt. I believe it was the Marvel Legends Hammerhead. It really doesn't matter. Literally cut his face and his head off, and then I fit it to the Mezco ball joint of the Superman waist. Then I dremeled out the bottom of the Logan torso so that the adapter could fit in there. For the upper torso, all I did was glue the peg from the Logan figure into the upper torso of the Superman figure. Since the ball joint is a straight peg on the top and not a double ball peg, you don't lose any articulation by just gluing it into the torso. Next, I sought to solve the cape problem since I hate the way the cape looks on the actual figure. So, I removed the cape from the suit with a stitch ripper, and then I was thinking about how I could solve this. See, when it comes to making plastic action figures, the way I attach a cape seamlessly is by drilling into the figure, then tucking the cape into those holes. But would that work on a cloth action figure too? Would I be ruining it? So I did the unthinkable. I drilled into the body and tucked the cape in with these pliers. You can use any kind of dull tool as long as you don't rip the cape. I didn't glue the cape in since friction actually keeps it in, and also just in case I wanted to remove the cape later on. I stitched the suit back up with a ladder stitch, and now we have a beautifully proportioned Mezco Superman. At this point, all it was the original suit on a modified body and a repainted head sculpt. Side note, I had no reason to repaint this head other than I just got an airbrush at the time and I wanted to test it out. You know, I don't love this paint job, nor do I hate it. It was literally just an experiment at the time, and I'll probably repaint it again at some point. But of course, this wasn't good enough for me. Even with the good proportions, the suit was still super poor quality and all these weird fuzzy things on the fabric was only getting worse. So I bought the suit from CFordCharles on eBay and on Instagram. Go give him a follow and support his work. He makes amazing 1/12 scale cloth suits that are great quality and incredibly affordable. I did the exact same process of removing the old suit with a stitch ripper and then I sewed this new suit on with the ladder stitch. I was thinking about keeping the Mezco cape since I like the wires on it that gave it dynamic posing ability, but I put on the CFordCharles cape to see what it looked like and yeah, this is much better. And you know, at any point I can always put the Mezco cape back on since it's not glued in. But anyway, it was nearly perfect. Honestly, I could say this was as perfect as it was going to get, but there was one more thing I wanted to try. If you recall from my first video on this channel, I have a spare DC Direct Secret Files Clark Kent head that I repainted, and I wanted to see what it looked like on this body. And I love it. Sure, the head is a little bit too big, but you know, all Mezco heads are big and it's about the same size as the original Mezco head, so whatever. This is the Mezco Superman for me. I'm not going to do too many size comparisons since he's not too much taller than he was originally, even with the modded body, but here are a couple. Mafex Superman. McFarlane Toys Lex Luthor with a DC Direct head sculpt. McFarlane Toys Superman. And a couple random Marvel Legends. Lastly, here he is with the Muff Toys Protector of Metropolis, aka Clark Kent, aka the best action figure like ever, maybe? I don't know. And here is the Muff Toys Clark Kent with the DC Direct head sculpt. I'm definitely going to have to make some casts of this DC Direct head to put on this body so I can have these two as a matching duo on my shelf. Oh, that would look so good. I absolutely love this custom. It brought the original Mezco figure from like a 5 or 6 to a 9 or a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. My only big problem is I wish I could have his arms go to his side more, but that would require sanding down his lats, and I don't know if I want to do that for the proportions. Again, full credit to CFordCharles for elevating this figure. His suit is amazing, especially for the price, and I got a couple more suits for him for future customs, so stay tuned. So since this video was semi-shorter than my last few uploads, here's a montage of a bunch of stuff regarding this figure. Thanks for watching. I would really appreciate a like and subscribe and a follow on Instagram at UkesFigures. It's in the description as well. I'm really thankful for the engagement on these past few videos. I really didn't think they'd be doing this well. I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that is. But until then, keep customizing, keep collecting, and keep being curious.